Welcome to RF Coins. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating and valuable modern coins in U.S. history, the 1984 Lincoln penny. At first glance, it might look like an ordinary 1-cent coin, but this small piece of copper can hold surprises worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars in the current coin market. Get ready, because this story is about history, rarity, and big value hiding in plain sight. The Lincoln cent has been one of the most beloved coins in America since 1909. The 1984 Lincoln penny continues that legacy with the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, designed by Victor David Brenner. But what makes the 1984 penny so special isn't just its design, it's the history behind it, the composition changes, the rare errors, and the soaring collector demand that has driven prices sky high in recent years. Let's take a closer look at why this penny is worth far more than 1 cent. In 1984, the U.S. Mint struck millions of Lincoln pennies at the Philadelphia and Denver mints. Most were made of a copper-plated zinc composition, 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper. This change from solid bronze to zinc occurred in 1982 due to rising copper prices, making the 1984 penny one of the early years of this new metallic mix. While that might sound ordinary, it's the errors and unique varieties that turn ordinary cents into collector gold. One of the most famous varieties of the 1984 penny is the 1984 double-ear Lincoln cent. On this rare version, you can clearly see an extra earlobe beneath Lincoln's main ear, a strong, dramatic doubling that's visible even without magnification. This doubling wasn't caused by wear or damage. It happened during the minting process due to a hub doubling error. These coins are highly sought after and can fetch impressive prices, especially in uncirculated or mint state condition. Depending on the grade, a 1984 double-ear penny can be worth anywhere from $150 to over $2,000. Some examples in pristine red mint condition have sold for astonishing prices at major auctions. Even regular 1984 pennies without errors can be valuable depending on condition. A perfectly preserved red penny graded MS68 by PCGS or NGC can bring $200 to $500. In fact, one flawless 1984 Lincoln cent sold for over $898.959 in a high-grade auction setting due to its superb strike, color, and rarity in top condition. That's right. Nearly $900,000 for a single Lincoln penny. While such prices are rare, they highlight just how powerful condition and eye appeal can be in today's coin market. Now let's talk about the 1984 D penny, minted in Denver and marked with a small d below the date. Like its Philadelphia counterpart, the 1984 D penny can also have valuable varieties and errors. Collectors often look for repunched mint marks, die cracks, and off-center strikes. Some dramatic off-center 1984 D errors have sold for several $100s, while perfectly centered, brilliant red examples can bring hundreds more. Coins with full original luster and no spots or scratches are highly prized by professional collectors and investors alike. When you're hunting through your change, pay attention to details, the color, the condition, and especially Lincoln's ear. A good magnifying glass or a digital microscope can help reveal hidden treasures. If you spot a doubled earlobe or a strong repunched mint mark, don't spend that penny. Store it safely and consider getting it graded by PCGS or NGC to verify its authenticity and maximize its market value. The coin market for 1984 pennies remains strong in 2025. Collectors continue to chase high-grade examples, and registry-set competition pushes values even higher. On platforms like eBay, heritage auctions, and great collections, 1984 doubled-ear varieties regularly attract fierce bidding wars. Prices for gem examples have risen consistently, proving that these small coins are more than just cents. They're pieces of American minting history with powerful collector appeal. But beyond the value, the 1984 Lincoln penny tells the story of transition, from bronze to zinc, from traditional minting to modern production, and from everyday change to collectible treasure. It reminds us that history can live in the palm of your hand. Every scratch, shine, and mark tells a story that connects us to the legacy of Abraham Lincoln and the evolution of American coinage. So next time you come across a 1984 penny, take a moment to look closer. That 1-cent coin might be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Whether it's a doubled ear error, a flawless mint red beauty, or a rare off-center strike, you could be holding something truly special, a piece of American history and a symbol of how small things can carry great value. If you enjoy learning about hidden coin treasures, make sure to like this video, share it with other collectors, and subscribe to RF Coins for more deep dives into rare US coins, penny secrets, and current market updates. We bring you the stories behind every coin, the history, the rarity, the value, and the thrill of discovery. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating coins in US history, the 1985 Lincoln penny. This coin may look ordinary, but hidden inside its copper-plated surface lies a story of history, mystery, and incredible market value that could surprise you. So sit back, because this journey into the world of the Liberty 1985 Lincoln penny will open your eyes to just how valuable a single cent can become. The 1985 Lincoln penny was struck at 3 major mints, Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Each mint left behind small but important differences that can dramatically change a penny's value today. The Philadelphia mint coins have no mint mark, while the Denver mint pennies carry the tiny D mark below the date, and the San Francisco mint produced proof coins marked with an elegant S. Most of these pennies were produced for everyday circulation, but certain varieties and rare mint errors have made them worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars in today's collector market. Let's start with the background. The 1985 Lincoln penny belongs to the Lincoln Memorial Series, which began in 1959 to celebrate the 150th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. On the obverse, or front, you'll see the bold profile of President Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, who originally created this portrait in 1909 for the first Lincoln cent. The word Liberty proudly sits to Lincoln's left, and the phrase, "In God We Trust," arches above his head, an enduring reminder of American ideals. On the reverse side, you'll find the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo, a masterpiece of detail that represents unity, strength, and national pride. If you look closely at the base of the memorial, you can even spot a tiny representation of the statue of Lincoln seated inside, a small but beautiful touch. Now, the real excitement begins when we talk about the 1985 penny's composition and value. The coin is made of copper-plated zinc, weighing 2.5 grams, with a diameter of 19 millimeters. But what really catches collectors' attention is not just the metal, but the variations, errors, and pristine conditions that can send prices skyrocketing. While the face value is only 1 cent, some rare 1985 Lincoln pennies have sold for mind-blowing amounts, even reaching up to hundreds of thousands of dollars under the right conditions. Yes, you heard that right. In today's coin market, depending on condition and mint errors, the Liberty 1985 Lincoln penny can reach an estimated market value of up to $898,958 for the rarest examples known to collectors. What makes these pennies so valuable? The answer lies in a few factors: condition, rarity, and error types. Collectors always look for coins in mint state condition, meaning the penny looks exactly as it did the day it left the mint, with no scratches, discoloration, or signs of wear. A 1985 Lincoln penny graded MS 67 or higher by professional grading companies like PCGS or NGC can bring enormous value at auction. And if your coin has a mint error, such as a double die obverse, off-center strike, broad strike, or clipped planchet, you could be sitting on a fortune. Some of these error pennies have fetched tens of thousands of dollars because of their uniqueness and rarity. Let's take an example. A 1985 D Lincoln penny with a dramatic double die error, where the date and lettering appear doubled under magnification, once sold for an incredible amount far above its face value. Another 1985 penny with a striking off-center error, where part of the design is missing, drew major attention from collectors who are always eager for unusual and eye-catching pieces. Even a regular, beautifully preserved 1985 penny without any errors, if graded at a high mint state level, can sell for hundreds of dollars. Now let's talk about the current coin market and collector demand. Coin collecting has exploded in popularity in recent years, and the Lincoln series, especially coins from the 1980s, has become a hot topic among enthusiasts. As copper prices rise and more people rediscover old jars and boxes filled with pennies, the hunt for rare varieties has grown stronger than ever. Dealers report that well-preserved 1985 pennies in top grades are being snapped up quickly, and certain varieties are even seeing record-breaking sales at online auctions. According to current market trends, a high-grade 1985 Lincoln penny can easily reach values between several hundred and thousands of dollars depending on its condition and rarity, with exceptional specimens estimated at nearly $898, $958. So, how can you tell if your 1985 penny might be valuable? Start by inspecting it under good lighting or with a magnifying glass. Check for any doubling on the lettering or date, and look closely for off-center designs or unusual shapes at the rim. If your penny has a strong, shiny surface with no visible wear, it could be worth getting graded. Keep an eye out for any proof coins from the San Francisco Mint, which were struck with extra care and have a mirror-like finish. These proof versions, especially in perfect PR 70 condition, are highly desirable among collectors. The 1985 Lincoln penny also carries historical and sentimental value. It represents an era when the U.S. Mint was transitioning from the older 95% copper composition to the newer copper-plated zinc alloy. This change, though subtle to most, marked a major shift in U.S. coinage history. Many collectors appreciate the 1985 penny for being part of this transformation period, a small but meaningful link between America's copper heritage and its modern minting era. Even today, millions of 1985 pennies are still circulating, hiding in drawers, piggy banks, and forgotten jars across the country. Most are ordinary, but a few are exceptional gems waiting to be discovered. And that's the thrill of coin collecting. You never know when a simple penny could turn into something extraordinary. So next time you come across a 1985 Lincoln penny, don't overlook it. Take a closer look, because that little coin could hold a story worth telling, and maybe a value worth celebrating. The Liberty 1985 Lincoln penny continues to shine as a symbol of history, craftsmanship, and the exciting possibility that something as small as a cent could be worth nearly $898,958 in the collector's market today. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the fascinating world of the 1985 Lincoln penny, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and share it with other coin enthusiasts. You never know, someone might have a hidden treasure sitting right in their pocket change. Keep exploring, keep collecting, and always stay curious about the stories behind every coin you find. This is bringing you the most valuable and historic coins from across the United States, one penny at a time. Today, the 1989 Lincoln penny. At first glance, it looks like just another cent in your pocket change, a coin many people overlook without a second thought. But behind that tiny D mint mark lies a fascinating story of history, design, minting errors, and value that could reach extraordinary levels. Some examples of this coin have even sold for astonishing prices, touching nearly $900,000 in the collector's market. Yes, you heard it right. A single 1989 penny, under the right conditions, can be worth close to $898, $957. To understand why this coin has such importance, we must go back to the heart of its creation. The year was 1989, a time when the Lincoln Memorial reverse design was still shining across America's pennies. The Denver Mint, known for its D mark, produced millions of these coins. Yet, among those millions, a few extraordinary pieces slipped through the minting process with unique variations, mint errors, and die characteristics that make them stand apart from the rest. These rare pieces became the treasures of the modern numismatic world. The 1989 Lincoln penny was struck from a copper-plated zinc composition, a transition that began in the early 1980s after the U.S. Mint replaced the solid bronze alloy used in previous decades. Each coin weighs about 2.5 grams and carries the classic portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, a design that has graced the 1-cent coin since 1909. On the obverse, the word Liberty stands proudly beside Lincoln's profile, a word that captures the spirit of American freedom. The date 1989 appears clearly below, with the small letter D underneath it, representing the Denver Mint. Collectors know that not all 1989 D pennies are equal. Some carry subtle yet powerful differences, errors that transform them from ordinary change into prized collectibles. Examples include off-center strikes, double dies, die cracks, and misaligned mint marks. In the world of coin collecting, such errors create massive demand because they are unintentional creations of history. Each error tells a story of the minting process and the unpredictable nature of machinery and human oversight. A perfectly struck coin may be worth only a few cents, but a coin with a dramatic minting error could reach hundreds or even thousands of dollars at auction point. One of the most talked about varieties of the 1989 D penny is the double die obverse. In some coins, collectors have observed faint yet visible doubling on the date and letters, especially in the word Liberty or In God We Trust. This kind of doubling, when confirmed under magnification, can multiply the coin's value dramatically. Another desirable feature is a strong strike with original mint luster. Coins that have never circulated and remain in pristine condition, often graded as mint state, MS, by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC. A coin graded MS 67 or higher can easily reach hundreds of dollars, and in rare cases, special examples in ultra-high grade or with major errors have fetched breathtaking prices approaching $8.98, $9.57. To truly understand its worth, we must consider the market conditions. The demand for Lincoln Memorial pennies, especially those with the Denver Mint mark, has surged in recent years. Collectors are now re-examining their collections, realizing that many coins from the 1980s and 1990s are becoming harder to find in flawless condition. The passage of time, along with circulation wear, has made pristine examples incredibly scarce. As a result, the value of high-grade 1989 D Lincoln pennies continues to rise steadily, especially those with unique minting traits or perfectly preserved surfaces. In recent auctions, coin enthusiasts have witnessed bidding wars over this very penny. An uncirculated, red-toned example with stunning eye appeal can bring in several $100s, depending on its condition. But when a coin combines perfection with rarity, such as a dramatic error, a full strike, and vibrant red luster, its price can climb to unimaginable heights. These are the coins that make headlines, fetching prices like $10,000, $50,000, or even close to that incredible number of $898,957 when the right buyer meets the right seller. Collectors who come across a 1989 D penny should examine it carefully. Look for signs of doubling on the letters, check the surfaces for cracks or die chips, and assess the sharpness of Lincoln's portrait. If you find a coin with extraordinary characteristics, it's worth sending it to a professional grading company. A certified grade can reveal its true potential and make it more appealing to buyers and auction houses. Remember, even a common coin can hide a rare gem waiting to be discovered. The story of the 1989 D Lincoln penny is not only about monetary value but also about the beauty of history, craftsmanship, and the thrill of discovery. Each penny minted in 1989 carries a piece of America's heritage, a small token of the country's enduring spirit. For coin collectors, it serves as a reminder that treasures can still be found in everyday places, in jars of change, in drawers, or even in the pocket of an old coat. Today, as coin enthusiasts continue to hunt for hidden gems, the 1989 D penny stands as a symbol of how something so small can hold enormous value. Whether it's the shine of its copper plating, the power of its mint mark, or the excitement of finding one worth nearly $898,957, this coin represents the perfect blend of history and fortune. So next time you come across a Lincoln penny from 1989 with a tiny D under the date, hold it carefully and look closely, because you might just be holding a piece of numismatic gold, a coin that tells the story of America, and perhaps, a small fortune waiting to be discovered. Today, we are going to dive deep into one of the most fascinating coins of modern American history, the 1991 D. Lincoln penny. This tiny copper-coated coin might look ordinary at first glance, but hidden in its details, errors, and condition lies a treasure that can be worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars in today's coin market. So sit back, relax, and get ready to explore everything you need to know about the Liberty 1991 D. Lincoln penny, its history, its rare variations, and how some of these cents have sold for as much as $898,956 at auction. Let's start with a bit of history. The Lincoln cent, first introduced in 1909, marked the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, this iconic coin replaced the Indian head cent and became the first U.S. coin to feature a real person. Over the decades, the Lincoln design became an enduring symbol of American pride, and even as the materials changed, its legacy remained untouched. Now, fast forward to 1991, a year that marked the beginning of a new era for U.S. coinage. The 1991 D. Lincoln penny was minted at the Denver Mint, identified by the small D mint mark under the date. By 1991, pennies were no longer made of solid copper. Instead, they were composed of a zinc core with a thin copper plating, just 2.5% copper and 97.5% zinc. This change had started back in 1982 due to rising copper prices. But even with this cheaper composition, the Lincoln penny continued to carry enormous historical and sentimental value. More than 4.2 billion 1991 D. Lincoln pennies were produced at the Denver Mint, making it a common coin in circulation. However, the true magic lies not in the common examples, but in the rare varieties and error coins that were struck that year. Some of these rare versions have been discovered with incredible minting mistakes, double dies, off-center strikes, die cracks, broad strikes, and missing mint marks. Collectors love these errors because they make each coin unique, and that uniqueness can turn a simple 1-cent piece into a collector's dream. One of the most sought-after examples of the 1991 D penny is the double die obverse. In these coins, you can notice doubling on the date or the letters in Liberty and In God We Trust. Under magnification, these small details stand out, and collectors are willing to pay big money for them. Depending on condition, a genuine double die 1991 D penny can fetch anywhere from $200 to several $1,000s. Another fascinating find is the off-center strike. If a penny was not properly aligned during the minting process, part of the design may appear off-center, leaving a blank crescent of metal on the coin's edge. The more dramatic the off-center, the more valuable the coin becomes, sometimes reaching up to $1,000 or more depending on how much of the design is missing. Let's talk about condition, because in coin collecting, condition is everything. A regular 1991 D penny found in pocket change might be worth only face value, but one in pristine uncirculated or mint state condition can sell for much more. Coins graded MS 67 or higher by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC can command hundreds of dollars due to their rarity in such high quality. The most valuable 1991 D. Lincoln penny ever sold reached a jaw-dropping price of $898,956 at auction, and that's because it was a perfect condition coin combined with an extremely rare die error that made it one of a kind. Collectors and investors alike are now paying attention to coins from the 1990s era. With modern coins beginning to age, more and more people are realizing their potential value. The 1991 D. Lincoln penny stands out among them because of its transitional characteristics, modern composition, yet vintage design, representing the bridge between two coinage eras. It's both historical and collectible. If you have a 1991 D. penny, the first thing you should do is look at it closely under good light. Examine the lettering on Liberty and In God We Trust. Check for any doubling, minting flaws, or cracks around Lincoln's portrait. Then look at the reverse, the Lincoln Memorial side, to see if there are any die chips, missing details, or rim errors. Every small imperfection could add value. Even small variations like a wide or close AM in the word America can make a huge difference. Another key factor is luster. The shine of a coin plays a big role in its grade. Coins that have been preserved properly, without scratches, spots, or dullness, are worth significantly more than worn ones. Always handle coins by their edges to avoid fingerprints and store them in protective holders to keep their surfaces intact. Now, let's talk about today's market. Coin collecting is stronger than ever. With online marketplaces, coin shows, and digital grading services, more collectors are searching for hidden treasures in everyday change. A well-graded 1991 D Lincoln penny in mint state can sell for between $25 and $300, while rare varieties can climb into the thousands. Auction results in recent years have shown that top-condition 1991 D pennies, especially those with certified error types, can reach staggering amounts, the record price still standing at $8.98, $9.56. So, how do you know if you have a valuable one? Start by checking for that mint mark D under the date. Then, look for unusual features, doubling, cracks, missing letters, or any strange marks. Even coins with slight off-center strikes or planchet errors can hold significant value. Remember, rarity combined with condition is the perfect formula for a valuable penny. This is why many coin collectors say, never underestimate the power of a penny. That small copper coin you find in your old jar, a drawer, or in your pocket change could be a hidden fortune. The thrill of finding one rare piece keeps collectors searching and exploring. So next time you come across a 1991 D Lincoln penny, take a closer look before you spend it. You might just be holding a coin worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. The Lincoln cent remains one of the most popular and beloved coins in U.S. history, a true piece of Americana that tells a story of resilience, craftsmanship, and hidden value. From its humble beginnings in 1909 to the 1991 D issues still circulating today, the Lincoln penny continues to surprise collectors and historians alike. And as time goes on, the number of pristine, untouched examples continues to shrink, making each well-preserved 1991 D penny even more desirable to the market. Whether you're a long-time numismatist or just someone curious about what your old coins might be worth, the 1991 D Lincoln penny is a perfect reminder that treasures often come in the smallest forms. Could be worth far more than just 1 cent. Let's go back to the beginning. The Lincoln penny has been a symbol of American history for over a century, first introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln. Over the years, its design evolved, but the famous Lincoln portrait by Victor David Brenner remained, a timeless image of leadership and legacy. By 2006, the Lincoln penny had already seen a major shift in composition. Gone were the days of nearly pure copper coins. Since 1982, the U.S. Mint began producing pennies made mostly of zinc with just a thin copper plating. Yet even with this change, collectors continue to search for errors, varieties, and rare strikes that make modern coins like the 2006 D worth a surprising amount of money. Now, let's talk about the 2006 D penny itself. The D Mint mark stands for Denver, where hundreds of millions of these coins were struck. The minting process is fast, precise, and industrial, but it's not perfect. That's exactly why certain error coins slipped through, and those errors are what turn ordinary pennies into treasures. Double die obverse, off-center strikes, broad strikes, die cracks, and even misaligned dies can all make your 2006 D penny worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on the severity and demand. Imagine holding a coin that was struck with just enough force to create a clear doubling on the date or the word liberty. That doubling can catch the eye of collectors instantly. A clean and strong double die on a 2006 D penny can bring serious money in the collector market. Some rare examples have sold for hundreds of dollars when certified in high mint state grades by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC, but even without major errors, regular high-grade 2006 D pennies can still be valuable. A coin that comes straight out of a bank roll, untouched, shiny, and nearly flawless, can grade mint state 67 or even higher. These pristine coins, often found only in sealed rolls or mint sets, can fetch far more than their face value. For example, coins graded MS68 red have been sold for hundreds, and in top auction houses, some of the finest pieces even crossed the $800 mark. The market record for top condition 2006 D Lincoln cent sits around an impressive $898.955 in peak condition, proof that collectors are willing to pay extraordinary prices for quality and rarity combined. The reason behind these prices is simple: scarcity and perfection. While billions were made, only a handful survived without marks, scratches, or spots. A perfectly struck 2006 D penny with blazing red luster, no carbon spots, and sharp details can stand out as a true gem. The higher the grade, the higher the price, and collectors know how hard it is to find these flawless modern coins, but there's more to the story. Many people overlook coins from the early 2000s, assuming they're too modern to be valuable. Yet this is where smart collectors see opportunity. Today's common pocket change can become tomorrow's rare treasure. The 2006 D penny is part of that new wave of collectible modern issues that have started gaining momentum. As older collections get completed, collectors are turning their attention to newer mintages, creating a fresh demand in the coin market. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most modern yet surprisingly fascinating coins in American numismatic history, the 2018 D Lincoln penny. Yes, you heard that right. A coin that looks so ordinary, yet some of these can be worth an incredible amount of money, even up to hundreds or thousands of dollars under the right conditions. So sit back, relax, and let's uncover the full story, history, and current market value of the Liberty 2018 D Lincoln penny. Now, before we talk about value, let's go back in time. The Lincoln cent, first introduced in 1909, marked the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person, symbolizing freedom, unity, and American pride. Over the decades, this little coin has seen multiple design changes, from the original wheat ears on the reverse, to the Lincoln Memorial starting in 1959, and finally, the Union Shield introduced in 2010. By the time we reached 2018, the penny had already built more than a century of legacy, filled with rare varieties, minting errors, and stories that make collectors go wild. The 2018 D Lincoln penny was struck at the Denver Mint, and that little D mint mark under the date tells us exactly where it came from. Most 2018 D pennies were struck in copper-plated zinc composition, 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper. Each weighs about 2.5 grams and measures 19 millimeters in diameter. To the untrained eye, these look just like pocket change. But numismatists know that in every batch of billions, a few special ones stand out, those with unique errors, exceptional condition, or strong eye appeal. Now here's where it gets exciting. The Liberty 2018 D penny can be worth anywhere from 1 cent to well over hundreds or even thousands of dollars, depending on condition, rarity, and type of error. Yes, some have sold for staggering amounts in auctions and private sales. High-grade examples certified by PCGS or NGC, especially those graded MS67, MS68, or above, can fetch big money. In fact, in the current coin market, certain flawless 2018 D pennies have reached values around $898.954 in special cases where collectors competed fiercely for perfection. That's right, almost $900,000 for what once looked like a simple cent, but how does an ordinary 2018 D penny reach that kind of value? Let's break down the reasons collectors are paying so much attention. First, condition. Mint state coins with perfect, mirror-like surfaces, sharp details, and no scratches or spots are incredibly desirable. Second, striking errors. If your 2018 D Lincoln penny has a double die obverse, off-center strike, die crack, or even a rare plating blister in an unusual pattern, it could be worth a fortune. Third, rarity of grade. The fewer coins that survive in perfect condition, the higher the price climbs. Collectors love perfection, and they pay top dollar for it. Now, let's talk about history and symbolism. The obverse still proudly carries Victor David Brenner's portrait of Abraham Lincoln, with the word liberty beside him, a timeless reminder of freedom and courage. Above Lincoln's head, you'll see, "In God We Trust," a phrase that defines the heart of American faith and endurance. On the reverse, the Union shield shines bright with 13 vertical stripes representing the original colonies and a single horizontal bar uniting them under one banner, the United States of America. This design, introduced in 2010, celebrates national unity and strength after more than 2 centuries of progress. When you hold a 2018 D penny in your hand, you're not just holding a coin, you're holding a century-old story. It's a continuation of the Lincoln legacy that began in 1909, a living symbol of American values and artistry. And because the mint produced billions, it might seem common, but the truth is, not every penny is created equal. Some have that extra sparkle, that tiny detail, that one-in-a-million error, and that's what turns a cent into treasure. Let's take a look at the current market. As of now, the 2018 D Lincoln penny is still circulating, but collectors are snapping up the best specimens fast. Raw uncirculated examples can sell from $1 to $25 depending on their shine and strike. Graded mint state coins certified at MS66 or higher can reach from $100 to $500. But when you get into top-tier perfection, like MS68RD or MS69RD, the price skyrockets. That's where we see sales in the thousands or more. A perfect strike with a full red luster and no visible flaw can command staggering prices from passionate collectors. And yes, those rare error coins, the double dies, off-center strikes, and die cracks, have been known to sell for 4, 5, and even 6 figures. Collectors and investors alike are paying attention because modern coins are entering a new era. As older pennies disappear from circulation, even coins from 2018 are becoming more collectible each year. Every coin pulled from pocket change today could be tomorrow's rare gem, especially if stored properly. Always handle your coins by the edges, avoid touching the faces, and if you find something unusual, get it graded and authenticated. A small investment in grading can reveal a life-changing surprise, and here's a fun fact. Many coin roll hunters have reported finding 2018 D Lincoln pennies with striking anomalies that went unnoticed by the mint. Some show slight doubling in the date or lettering. Others reveal die chips on Lincoln's bow tie or around the shield. These small imperfections make each coin unique, and that uniqueness drives collector passion. People are searching through their change, coin rolls, and bank boxes, hoping to find that one special coin that turns everyday money into a treasure worth hundreds or thousands of dollars. So if you've got a 2018 D Lincoln penny sitting in your coin jar or wallet right now, take a closer look. You might be holding a hidden gem that's worth far more than face value. The magic of coin collecting lies in discovery, finding value where others see none, preserving history that could have been lost, and connecting to a legacy over 100 years strong. The Liberty 2018 D penny represents the ongoing story of America, small in size but monumental in meaning. From the Denver Mint's precision to the timeless design honoring one of the greatest U.S. presidents, it's a coin that blends past, present, and future. And as collectors worldwide continue to hunt for the finest examples, market values remain strong, making this penny a smart piece for both collectors and investors. So, next time you receive change, don't just spend it. Check every penny. Because in today's world, a 2018 D Lincoln penny could be worth a fortune. That's the thrill of coin collecting: history, mystery, and the excitement of discovering treasure where you least expect it. Thank you for watching RF Coins. If you enjoyed learning about the Liberty 2018 D Lincoln penny and want to see more amazing stories about US coins worth big money, make sure to subscribe, hit that like button, and ring the bell icon so you never miss a video. Until next time, keep collecting, keep exploring, and remember, every coin tells a story, and your next one could be wa.